If you can't even start your email with some sort of greetings, we won't bother answering either.
Wow. Hold real quick. Scroll back up to their greeting. Oh, that's right. They didn't have one either.
No. They shouted at us.
The title again for our first job post is voice teacher only. And then the text begins, no pictures or anything. And it says, voice teacher needed. We are looking for a voice teacher that is able to teach in person in our studio. The in person doesn't alarm me like a bunch. In our studio does alarm me a little bit.
It's in person in our studio in a closet in a box.
This keeps getting deeper and deeper.
Just a little like red flag there. And then it says we receive regular inquiries for voice lessons from kids to adults that we can't fulfill anymore since our teachers are full. Our teachers, who are you?
They're full. They're full of what?
Extremely full.
Bursting at the seams.
A lot of those inquiries are interested in pop music or to be able to express themselves and are not interested in classical opera or technique, which I think that is a real drag.
So are they saying like, listen, we normally do classical opera technique, but nobody likes that apparently. So we're looking to get maybe Britney Spears in here. We're not sure, but whoever's available.
I do think that they're definitely shitting on people who don't want to sing classical opera. But more importantly, I think they're shitting on anybody who wants to sing like pop music. Like they're saying
no technique.
No technique. Like if you're interested in singing pop music, there's technique to that. Like there's some technique to singing that. Again, I'm not a voice teacher, but I have taken voice lessons, and I'm pretty sure that voice teacher was also very upset I didn't want to learn classical opera, but they did teach me some technique.
Like we're making a lot of changes due to what we like to call lack of interest.
Well, that's I think yes, but they're not making changes. They're just trying to hire you to make these changes.
Okay, got it.
If you're interested, please contact us with a resume or paragraph about your experience and qualifications, and we'll provide more details. I do like that it's a resume or paragraph. His resume is pretty
yeah, that's detailed, and they're like, or just write something, just literally anything,
whatever you want to do.
Yeah, a resume is like we all know that it is a one sheet page with like bullet points on it of stuff you've done. A paragraph, like sort of legally is like 3 sentences. Like that's all you have to have. Anyway, and they'll provide more details. Like for instance, who they are. I'd be curious to know about that.
Sure.
Qualifications. We have a list here. At least 6 years teaching experience.
That's quite a bit, and a little random. Why? I feel like after like 2, you're good, right? Like you learn in those next 4 years.
Yeah. What's the big difference between 4 and 6?
They're like, we're hip to the great experience change of year 5 in teaching. Okay, so we want at least 6. Like what? What are you talking about?
Right. If somebody came in with 5 years teaching experience in singing, and they would turn them away, they'd be like, "Sorry, no, that's
at least
underqualified."
Again, if you can't convey
your paragraph was underqualified.
Yeah.
One paragraph. Yeah, I was gonna say like if you've got 6 years teaching experience, I feel like you could pull together a resume.
yeah.
One resume. Anyway, playing the piano. Okay, the list continues. Playing the piano for accompaniment is a plus. That's true. If you're a voice teacher, that's just a fact. Qualifications: music degree and education. Also, not a huge red flag or anything.
Well, also, if you had a degree, I'm assuming the education comes with it, or at least I hope.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think maybe, yeah, it's a good point. But I would think maybe this is a loose term here, because it could be like I learned my music on the streets.
Yeah. I think a lot of this is loose, guys. A lot of this is pretty fucking shooting at the hip here.
Okay, and then last on the list, being able to teach different voice techniques. Yeah, that is quite literally the job. And then there is kind of one last sentence here. It says notes. We receive a lot of one-sentence emails asking where we are located. Perhaps because you haven't told us where you're located. Although
no
we give
information.
A map. Because you've told us nothing about you and who you are. Just a guess. If you can't even start your email with some sort of greetings, and be courteous and polite. We won't bother answering either because we would not want you to communicate like that with our students.
Wow. Hold real quick. Scroll back up to their greeting. Oh, that's right. They didn't have one either.
No. They shouted at us.
Yeah.
Voice teacher needed.
They just like from like a back alley somewhere, just screamed it.
They yelled at us what they need from us and then told us it's going to be in a small space that they need it. And then didn't tell us where that small space was.
At all.
Yeah.
They address the fact that lots of people are responding by asking where they're located and give no information whatsoever.
Right.
That's a key that maybe that information is necessary.
Yeah.
Well, and also, and I know that educators are probably the worst people at this, but like for people, like a group of people who they are paid to give someone feedback and then for that person to incorporate that feedback, these people have received a lot of feedback that says, I don't know where you are and maybe I'm afraid of you, and they have done nothing about that.
Yeah, and they've responded with what feels vaguely like a threat. There
is kind of a map here. Like, I mean, I don't know if it's like, this is just around Sacramento, basically. It's not like this is actual information, and they could have just dropped a pin anywhere, and somewhere near South Cliff Drive. The compensation does say negotiable, and the employment type is employee's choice.
Oh, great!
Yeah, CEO.
Anything I want. Does it even have to be voice teacher at this point?
Yeah, I'm just like, well, I'm actually pretty good at marbles.
Can I be sentence counter so I know how many sentences we're getting in from these resumes?
It does seem like this voice teacher, I'm gonna guess this is a couple, like a duo. They say we, but my guess that it's like two, like an uppity couple, right?
Okay,
that
sure.
Like were raised on the boards of the theater or under the hallowed halls of the opera, and they had to move back to Sacramento for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe it's a pandemic, and they hate the fact that they have to teach people anything other than opera, and they hate you for emailing them.
Kind of like a Schitt's Creek thing, you think? Where it's just like you're talking about like these people that are like now trying to find upper crust lifestyle in their shitty Rancho Cordova home. Yeah,
that's yes, 100%.
I'm gonna say absolutely not. I don't like this. They seem super mean, and given how they wrote this out, they will be mean to you on a dime.
Oh yeah,
just turn.
Yeah. Voice teachers are paid to be mean, essentially.
You think it's gonna be like a whiplash situation, where it's like
not that
slapping
mean.
The kids around?
No,
is what they
just
want
sort of just shitty, Okay. Like I took voice lessons for I don't know, like maybe a year in college because I was in theater and there was like this musical that I really wanted to be in, and I got in it. Good job for me.
Hell
By
yeah,
the way,
dude.
There was like
where's that voice teacher? Maybe you should tell them about this opportunity.
I don't think so. Because I'm gonna shit on him. Because one day she was like, this is like I don't know, like we've been taking voice lessons for a while. And she was like, you know what? Why don't you bring in as an exercise? Bring in like 3 singers that you like to listen to, and we'll like sort of maybe that's like that might contribute to your current vocal style right now, and so like we'll talk about that. And I brought him in, and she just like shit all over him, just because they weren't like
Coheed and Cambria.
Is the lead singer Coheed and Cambria? Fucking love that guy. I'm dead serious.
My Chemical Romance.
No. Sadder, the early November, and then I forget what the third one was, but I just remember she was just like, so these guys sound super young, and I was like, well, I'm 19, so what do you think? Like, what do you think I am?
That's a weird critique. Like, they can't be older.
Yeah, and then she was like, and she's like, it sounds like you like a lot of voices that aren't classically trained. I was like, motherfucker, who in like modern media has a classically trained sounding voice except for if you're watching an opera or listening to like musicals? I hate listening to people singing musicals. It sucks fucking dick.
Yeah.
Like they're just always they always hit the notes like the exact right amount, and they have that little bit of vibrato at the end. Like it's just like, what are we doing here? Why?
Well, it's just like just answer the question. I'm trying to watch a play. All right? I don't want to stop singing. Stop singing. Why are you singing in the middle of a conversation we're having?
just answered the question. Anyway, so what I'm saying is, and I was just like, okay, good feedback. So what I'm saying is all voice teachers are mean-spirited people. And so maybe if you are a mean person and you're a voice person who can play the piano. Also, this person smokes cigarettes. That bothered me a lot. I think that person has stopped since then. But again, what high ground are you on? Anyway, I'm not going to take this job.
I think I'd go for it because I have no qualifications. I would be terrible at it. And these people seem really mean. So what the hell? Just like go for it. All I need is a paragraph. I know the only things I need are to be 6 years of experience and being able to play the piano. And I can fake playing the piano. I mean, I can do that much. And I can say I have 6 years experience. So it sounds like I can get this job.
That's a good point.
I'll negotiate something very low that they can't say no to. You know, like, yeah, I'll take $5 an hour. Yeah, I just want to have this job for like a day just to see how it goes. Because I can't sing. So it'd be interesting to see if I could teach it. Well, I just like to find out.
Yeah. And to your point, Mike, if you really wanted to, you could just lie about all this stuff, right? And then they're like, okay, what kind of employment type you like? And you're like, I want to be the boss. Then they're working for you. They can't fire you.
Yeah. It said right there, employee's choice.
Yeah.
Well, you have to make sure they hire you first and then say, guess what? My choice is boss.
Right.
And they're like, no. And then you're like living in their house or whatever.
Yeah, it's the real switcheroo.
That's how bosses work.
Yeah,
You just get people's houses.
Yeah, you just live in their houses.